There's an easy way to do some basic formulas such as finding the sum of a set of data or the average. To do that, I'm going to click on the cell underneath the column I want to include here. And up here on the menu bar at the very end is this E-looking icon, which is the functions. And at the top, it's going to give me some of the common ones. In this case, I want to find the average of the high temperatures for the week. So I'm going to click on average, minimize that, and I can highlight what cells I want to include in my average. When I hit enter, it's going to put that number. Now, I want to do the same thing with this column. I could repeat the same process by clicking and going to the function, or I can drag the formula over. So in this cell, I see I have the average formula. And when I click in the cell, I get this blue square in the bottom right corner. When I hover my mouse over it, I get a little crosshairs. If I click and drag over, it's going to apply that formula to the other column. So now if I look at my formula up here, it's finding the average of B2 to B8. And if I click in this cell, it took that same formula, but it recognized that I wanted to find the average in the C column. Now, I want the text to match the size of my other data. What I can do, instead of having to try to figure out and go through and change everything, I can copy the formatting of a cell to another cell. So I'm going to click in this cell. I'm going to click this little paint roller icon, which is paint format. That's going to copy the formatting, and then I'm going to click on the cells that I want to apply that formatting to. So when I click these two cells, now that's text size, text or font, anything else is going to apply to these two. The other thing I can do is I can change how this number is displayed. So if I want to just have it as a whole number, or maybe you'd round it to the 10th or 100th, I can click on the cell or cells that I want to change, go up to Format, go to Number, and then select what type of number I want. So this option would give me 2 decimal places. And you can customize, so I have one that's customized with no decimal places, so I'm going to use that one. And now it's just going to give me a whole number average. I can also use that same strategy for finding the average to find the sum. So instead of having to put a formula in each of these cells, I can click on the cell, go back to my functions, this time pick sum, and then highlight the cells that I want to find the sum of. Again, once I do one of them, I can just click and drag over the formula to an adjacent cell. What's nice about using formulas is that when you add additional data or take out data, it's going to automatically update your totals. I can do the same thing with rows as I did with columns. So here, I'm going to find out how many t-shirts each student ordered. So I'm going to use the sum formula, highlight the cells in the row, and now again, I'm going to click in that cell, find that little square, and drag the formula down instead of having to type it each time.